Ah, aloha, our beloved family.
Aloha, everyone.
We're here to share about what's going on for tomorrow and our live activation that we're bringing forth, which many of you may or may not know, but we have opened this up for any donation that you feel fair. So, whether you're in the super abundant side or working to reclaim that peace for yourself, if your heart feels called, we would be honored to have you join us. And because my beloved is the specialist when it comes to all forms of technology. I'm like, I'm going to use my phone so I can see any of you beautiful family members that are here instead of just like only get to say hi afterwards. So,
Yeah, he's currently trying to figure that out right now.
thank you, Kevin, for putting a heart reaction so it
Trying
made
to
it
figure that
easy
out
for
right
me to
now.
be.
Wait.
Oh. Thank you,
How do
Kevin,
we?
for putting a
There we go.
heart.
Getting an echo on
All
there.
right, all right. Sweet. Well, aloha, our beloved family.
Glad we figured that out. I think the more that we can jump on and do these lives, we'll get better, right? So, thank you for those of you who are jumping on, and for those of you who will be tuning in later. Just sending our love to all of you,
Yeah.
and it just feels really good to hop on and to be together on this live. It's usually always Ryan who jumps on, so it's really wonderful to connect with you all, family.
And also, aloha, James, and aloha, Isabella. Like, it's so wonderful to be able to see those of you that are joining us right now. So, this is a work in progress. It's exciting, though, because we do plan to start connecting with you all so much more, going live, sharing a lot more. But we just wanted to take this opportunity tonight because I'm sure each and every one of you in your own way have been feeling the potency of the energies that are coming through, that have been building up. I know a lot of you have expressed even the level of feeling stagnant or tired or dealing with a lot of emotions and everything over this
Yeah,
last month.
there's so much that's been bubbling up. I know we also had really massive solar flares that hit just this last weekend. So now that we've reached into the week for Monday and today, it's been like these energies are finally hitting through and we're really starting to feel them. So there's just been so many emotions and, so many different symptoms that have been coming up. We've both been observing and equally going through this as ourselves in the collective. And so if you've been, feeling a lot, if you've been feeling really emotional or tired or experiencing any kind of discomfort, headaches, dizziness, lightheaded, mood swings, nausea. I mean, the spectrum is massive. So there's a bunch of different symptoms that are going around right now, but these energies are picking up, and they're very much related to what's going on right now in the planetary body and what's going on a universal level as well. And we're all being affected by it because we're all going through this process together. And this is also a part of what we're going to be doing tomorrow as well, for those of you who feel the call to join us. So, yeah.
Yeah, so this last week, I know we've all been going through our own things, but some of you might have noticed like a massive like buildup, a lot of old things closing out, new people coming back in, maybe even old trauma, negative interactions or reactions that have not really been able to be brought to a state of resolution to establish that remedy, and everything has been coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of this energy has been preparing for what happens tomorrow. And the catalyzing force is coming through to support all of us
It
through this
is.
next 2 month stage transmission.
Yeah. Huge waves.
And it's amazing because we have a blueprint that allows us to read and understand. We can never say exactly like this. All of these things are going to happen in this order and such. But all of our work is not from a level of channeling or being told from anything outside of ourselves. None of the extraterrestrial or interdimensional support. Like, we have our higher operating intelligence, and we have the application of the sacred sciences and working with the codes, the blueprints, the grids. And we understand the cycles with the sun, the cycles of these sacred sciences, and what it's required to bring in and downstep a new template, to transmute that through the new elemental command and the new instruction sets that are supporting the organic emanation of these liberating, freeing systems that are emerging to bring all of us into a state of sovereign embodiment, and to bring all of us into that opportunity to receive everything we require to fulfill our greatest heart's desire. And we're reaching a point where all of you out there that have been cultivating your gifts as healers, as counselors and mentors, as grid workers, as guides, working with different businesses, all this stuff, like, I know there's some of us that have been really successful, but a lot of us that have been really struggling and getting down by that. And everything's building up because as we approach into these future manifestations that are occurring throughout the hologram, like, each and every one of us are just going to be the most invaluable resources and support teams on the entire planet.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is a state of preparation, this is a state of alignment, and we're still in that point of calling in the required state of unity between our groups, councils, and teams that allows for us to gracefully move into this next stage of embodiment. So with the alchemy, with the magic, there's certain things that when we anchor them, it takes at least one solar cycle, 1 year, for that code to begin to manifest through the hologram. And there's different stages and increments throughout the year, throughout the cycle, that we can witness things shift or transition, things come into alignment, things move out of alignment to make room for this for the full spectrum totality of what's really being brought forth to be most supportive to us all. And so the high magic and alchemical keys that were anchored last February 22nd are now reaching that point where they will be coming online tomorrow. They have already been coming online these last few weeks. This plays directly into not only the planetary dynamics as well as the solar dynamics that we've been witnessing. And this also plays a role into even some of the more unenjoyable dynamics on the planet that are going on, that people are witnessing and discussing through the news and that are being shared. We won't go into all of those because we don't really want to bring that frequency in. We just want to illuminate this because there's a reason why all of this is happening. And although the external might seem a little scary or intimidating at times, there is such a powerful force that is emerging and rising, and it's accelerating a lot of these different attempts to keep us as a unified tribe of mankind in a state of suppression and to try to stall what is inevitably happening. So, simply put, the magic, the alchemy that's coming online, it's coming in hot, it's coming in fast. Some of us are really going through it. Others of us are just getting so lifted, elevated, stoked, and excited, feeling this shift that's occurring.
Mm-hmm.
And this catalyzing agent is going to carry us into April, at which point the alchemy that occurs from April this year to April 2024 is what kickstarts the entire party. And this is why tomorrow, with the session we are having, we had wanted to open this up to any of you that have felt called to come in, to be part of the space, to work together in unity, to co-weave, co-create, receive new keys, receive new activations, support the planetary grids with the influx and transduction sequencing that are coming through to anchor this in such a powerful way, while further amplifying this call for unity, for sovereignty, and this celebration for everything that's in store for us moving forward.
Yeah, there's been this really beautiful unfoldment that's been happening over this past week, and There's definitely been, a lot of things that have been coming up to be released or looked at, to be resolved. It's almost like, we're moving through those parts that may have been looping themselves, or we may not have really looked at before, even from last year, the patterns and different things in our lives that maybe we didn't really pay much attention to. And they're coming back around now, and they're really coming in, and they're showing themselves, and they're illuminating themselves. And so it's like we're being invited to pay attention, being present with what it is that's coming to the surface right now, so that we can bring resolution to these cycles, to these patterns, because really what we're going through right now is a completion of a cycle of cycles. And this was very clear even today for me, where I was witnessing, all of these running storylines and all of these running patterns, timelines, and, all the stories that we've been living through for the last however many eons of time. And they're coming to that completion. And piece by piece, there's already been many of us that have actually already gone through that completion process for the contracts, for the agreements, for, the consent that we may have given to play out these stories and, receiving those lessons. That's really a lot of what's happening right now. And so as we get ready for this beautiful sequence that's going to be unfolding tomorrow, this is really what I've been feeling and witnessing into. And so if there's, whatever may be going on in your life, whatever challenges may be coming up right now for you, just inviting you to deepen that presence and connection into your heart space, to expand your perception, your scope, your vision of what it is that you may be experiencing right now. And so you can see the bigger picture to what's really going on, because there is a much bigger picture to the unfoldment of everything that is happening right now. And sometimes we can get caught up in, the everyday or in the emotions or whatever's going on in our lives. We can get caught up in that, and we don't really take that moment. So right now I'm feeling guided to invite you all to take that moment now, to give yourself this moment, to take that moment and step back, connect into your heart, and allow yourself to see the bigger picture, expanding that view, that perspective, to feel into this bigger picture of what's unfolding and all of the pieces of what's happening, what's moving, what's vibrating, what's oscillating. And as we're giving this to ourselves, just really allowing this to deepen our awareness so that we can have the tools and the guidance, the clarity, the intuition for our next steps and for what is of highest support for us. Really trusting your heart, trusting that guidance, trusting yourself in where you feel called to go, where you feel called to express. A lot of the time we can judge ourselves or feel insecure about something that we want to express or share, and then we don't share it. And I'm realizing more and more, even myself, that it's so important just to be able to stand up and share. And even there's times where I feel certain posts may be irrelevant, and then I share it anyways, and it's exactly what everyone comes back to me saying, oh my gosh, thank you so much, So that reminder of trusting yourself and trusting that intuitive guidance, and following through with that, following through with what you feel called to share and bring forth. And Um, yeah, just really feeling called to connect in with that right now because with all that's unfolding, we'll share and we can share pieces and we can bring deeper insights into the mechanics of things or, the universal things that are going on right now and all of that. But at the same time, um, we're all going through this experience together. And right now, it's really just about being present with your body and present with this space, present with the energies, present with what's coming up for you, present with your family members, your friends, your relationships. Because we are going through that dissolution process and releasing those old patterns, releasing those old stories, so we can make that graceful transition into these emerging cycles. Right now, we are in that transition between February and April. We're really feeling this preparation and transition as our consciousness is piece by piece moving back into alignment to the organic flows, the organic cycles, and to this new cycle that is emerging, this cycle that we have been working to co create together. And this is all a part of what we're going to be tapping into tomorrow as well in our space. It's really about coming together as a family and honoring each person, each pillar for what we each hold as a family. Because each of us have our own unique pieces and keys and wisdom, and this is what creates that unity codex. When we can come together and bring forth our pieces, this is what creates that unity codex that becomes the transmission that is then here to support all life and all things, to provide those little sparks of remembrance, the keys that are going to really support each being to be able to move through the shadows, to move through those wounds, because that's really what we've been feeling so much lately. Is there's a lot of frequency that's coming in and it's bringing to the surface a lot, and it's, we can witness or experience it as chaos, but it's actually a beautiful orchestration of healing right now that's happening. And it's a beautiful unfoldment, through many challenges of this alchemy, this reunification, this synthesis that's taking place. So just really remembering and bringing in that reminder for yourself of the gift that you are in your wisdom and what you hold. And when we can come together, how powerful and beautiful that really is for all of our family, and bringing in that support for each other and bringing in that support to the grid systems and to the architectures and to everything that's unfolding right now.
There's a reason why we've referred to this as the alchemy of the Aeon.
Mm-hmm.
And we've dropped pieces here and there throughout some of our posts and videos. And for those of you that have been part of our private classes and courses, and that you've been able to witness and receive a lot of these pieces of the progression and the work and the alchemy and everything that's been required to even get us to this point now. And although primarily the work and sequences that we speak of, that we've been actively engaged with, a lot of what's coming online now has been our primary focus since about 2017.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things that this is a completion. It's an ending and a beginning. It's shenamati naraki no korashita karaki autsunde ki arashite karokoma. It's the collaboration and the synthesis of so many different lineages, so many different groups and teams, incarnates and embodiments of many of our beautiful family that have been playing within this game, playing within these time cycles and vector locations, coming in to help and assist for the ultimate service mission. And these pieces that have been established, these are facets that we've been working longer than is probably even fathomable to most of us with our perception of time and how this works. And it's also not been as linear. It's been very spherical and multidimensional, as what we've been dealing with has been at so many different levels of creation, and each one has played an integral role with what's going on. And sometimes we'll have things shift at the higher dimensions that then start to play out here and allows us to then shift things at this level that give access to higher levels of reclamation at the higher dimensional levels. And then there's a synthesis that allows for, our core base 12 tree of life, tree of eternal life to come back into a state of unification and embodiment, not just limited or fragmented in the ways that it has been. So there's pieces of this work that was done even through the more commonly recognized root race seedings like Lemuria, or like Atlantis, Old Kingdom Egypt, all the way to where we're at now. And it's interesting because through the cycles of time that we perceive, we always say it's most accurate to share that our incarnate consciousness is from the future, even though time doesn't work in this same way. And ourselves from the future have come back into this incarnate vessel in this point in time. So we've actually, and when I say we, many of us, probably even a lot of you, have already witnessed a lot of what's been transpiring, a lot of what's occurring. And we've deeply understood the progression and the trajectory that we as mankind had moved forward through, especially with a lot of the artificial intelligence and transhumanistic agendas,
Mm-hmm.
and these things that we're watching a rise of. We're seeing a lot of it come out into our external awareness. But these things are ancient and they've been here for so long. And the alchemy, especially through this last aeon and over the last 10,000 years, specific pillars, specific new systems, structures, architecture, housing, installations have been systematically placed where the next group of our team of the Templars, of those that are the guardians, those that are incarnate here as founders and part of the Christic lineages, many other lineages that support this, have been working millennia after millennia, century after century, and now many of us that are here presently, we've been working for decades or years, and we're finally seeing all of these pieces alchemize and synthesize together. There are aspects of this as well as a lot of other things that we're focusing on that are collective themes that we're working to bring out with that I shared in my live a couple days ago. And there's even more in regards to this alchemy of the Aeons that I may even go live tomorrow before we do our public activation to even share and illuminate a little bit more on that facet itself. However, because of the fact that we've already got a portion of the world that's celebrating and chilling on the 22nd for their calendar day. It's late at night in the evening for us, and all of us are moving through so many different energies and energetic spectrums. And a lot of this is preparing and calibrating our bodies to be able to integrate a lot of these new codes, this living light, these plasmatic infusions. That help us raise our frequency and shift into a higher octave of embodiment. So, with that being the case, I'm feeling very called to just share some codes and
Mm.
exchange some energy that may be supportive for you at this time. So if you are feeling called to receive this, as we bring forth and hold a space that only delivers that of which is truly for the highest good of all that you are, to support you in anything that you may be needing to move forward right now, and to give you that level of full spectrum, quantum, multidimensional, and physical support to help you traverse and come into alignment with what's happening now. And if you feel your body, your heart calling out that I want to join my family, I want to be part of this magic that's being co created and anchored tomorrow, please join us. It would be an
Mm-hmm.
honor to have you. And we'll be going a lot deeper into the energetic transmissions through the field that will be held tomorrow.
Yeah, and I also just want to say we are asking for a donation. However, if for you right now, your financial situation, depending on what's going on, This is really something that we feel called to. If you really, really feel called to be there with us, we want to make sure that that doesn't limit you from joining. So just reach out to us, let us know, and we can work something out. So that way we can do this together in unity as a family, because that's really the whole core purpose of this too. So yeah, just wanted to share that to let you know that just if whatever there is, where we can work through it together. If you feel called and are meant to be there, let's make it happen.
Whatever is right for you, that supports the field, that supports us, that helps us with bringing forth these sacred transmissions and holding the space, similar to how last year all of the funds were utilized to actually secure the Great Pyramid and circuit certain sites, so that while we were streaming that transmission, we had a very clear space and channel at master nodes and Templar grid systems to be able to stream and activate this. So everything that comes in is to further support and help that. But we know for some of you that are really doing well with that abundance and have locked in those codes, it's like $88 is nothing. Mm-hmm. And then to others of you of our family, they might be struggling just with taking care of your kids or your family or yourself, that could seem like so much. Mm-hmm. So we don't want that to be a barrier. And everything that we're working on, everything our family across the planet is working on right now is to support you in limiting in eliminating and removing any limiting programs, belief patterns, especially around money, around abundance, around finances, because it's just energy. And depending on how we utilize or view this can depict certain blockages or open flows that we have. And so it's something that, we really want to be of support, especially at such a powerful unifying point, such as tomorrow on the 22nd, and what this is bringing forth for all of us over these next 2 months and over this upcoming solar year. So we trust that if you're feeling this in your body, that you're going to be there with us. And that any concerns, especially those of you that have already reached out, that have been like, I don't have this, I'll get this to you. Like, once again, we trust you, we love you. Mm-hmm. And I know that you are here to support us just as we are here to support you, because we are one family, one tribe, and we are rising together equally.
Yes. And again, that reminder of remembering that you have a unique gift, a unique key. You yourself are a gift. So it's just as important as us and all of us, right? We're each just as important to all of that is unfolding. So yes, I'm also feeling called to share some codes, and because I feel, we're all riding these waves and we're all feeling this in some way, shape, or form, these energies that are coming through. And so I just really want to bring in some codes that can help support. And as my beloved was saying, the way that we work is only that which is actually in alignment for you, only that which is in alignment to the law of one, to the natural laws and principles of creation. May be anything that is out of alignment, we fully clear. And so it's similar to take what resonates and release the rest. So yeah.
I'm getting so excited over here. It's choking on water. So yes, beloved, we're just going to call in now presence within our body and hearts. If you are open to receive from this sacred transmission, only that of which is in the highest and best for all that you are and all that you are navigating through, to come into your full embodied potential and soul, heart, destiny, path alignment. Let us just take a moment to synchronize here and now within the field by gifting ourselves a sacred breath.
Breathing in. Really feeling that heart connection, feeling yourself connecting and anchoring in through your heart space.
Gifting yourself another breath now. And with this third breath, the biggest smile on, just connecting to our hearts and that frequency of love, joy, peace, gratitude, or unity, whatever is most ignited in your being now. Beloved God, our beloved family, we lovingly command the opening and anchoring of our sacred Solar Union Ascension Temple architecture as we welcome all of the beloved guardians, guides, the ancestors, the biological support, and organic ascension teams, our Holy Mother, our Holy Father, the eternal Christ, and all that are in full embodiment, heart, mind, body, soul, spirit, and being, to the sacred law of love and the sacred law of unified one, to join us here and now, to be here with each and every one of our beloved brothers and sisters that are receiving these sacred codes of support, of empowerment, of alignment, of anything that's required here and now. As we ask, beloved God, to connect with the highest self of each individual, and for each and every individual that is here and now, connecting to God and to our highest self. If you are here ready to receive all that can support you at this time, just lovingly say yes within your heart, as we welcome only that of which is here and now, ready to be received in highest order of priority, to be integrated in divine perfect timing. Shinamakondari shinakandora takindea kandora marekindara shiniakayoso. Roshamandisa kinda rashinama zurakinderi shekinama ziliara shikitiki kawahekeao.
Kundare arashakaya, shulurundare sekeya, numuru ondara isaka, imarai shetun, raina mutukutaya, kietaria shatana, kuayayayaya, kuayayayaya, kuayayayaya.
So, beloveds, as we're here in the field with you, we can feel this beautiful mixture of excitement, of happiness, of joy, and also a collective ripple of a little bit of fear or concern. And maybe this is on a subconscious level, but this frequency is running so powerfully through the collective right now. And it's one of those things that we all get the joy to discover, that this frequency of fear and the way we perceived it is not authentically an emotional experience that we are holding. There are legitimate forms from our experience that can generate fear, but the collective frequency of fear is something that is artificially generated and transmitted. So as we bring in these sacred codes, we're going to connect with all aspects of the self and ask beloved God and the highest self to work with each layer of the soul, monad, and avatar consciousness that is here and now, to bring in that bravery, that courage, that passion, that love, that joy, forgiveness, whatever's needed into our incarnate identity here, to work through the lower three spheres and the lower three chakras, to fully defer our egos to God, to open up our central channel and connect directly into the heart, so that we may collectively here and now, as we are feeling our hearts opening and expanding, begin to activate this unified field, to amplify through this energetic spherical domain that holds this planet and universal construct, to allow ourselves to receive these codes that we bring forth for you now, and to alchemize this with the codes that are streaming within and throughout you now. so that through this alchemy, we may send out a call to all of our family to reclaim their power, to transmute another layer of this collective fear, and equally amplify the unity codex and call out for all of our family who is ready to join us together on this sacred activation we will be continuing with tomorrow.
Shundarya Shakin Yamashukote Yashakiata Yashakai. Ululula May this love frequency support your body, your lineage,
Zatinara shuko mahikina. Zatinda shinora amohazi ashi. Zaki hawakindarusona. Nokonari shinamakondo darishi kondara kindemedia konta. Tisha ariata tiniki nama muhrashiniako. Zata da 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 shuko toto
Kuriai Shakin Nariatata, Shakiriana Ma'ai. Luro
There's different wave spectrums of living plasma energy. You may be feeling, some of you may be feeling a little bit of tingling or a coolness or a little bit of tickleness throughout the body. Others of you might begin to see or have been feeling this plasmatic field around you or running through your body. And you may be even seeing different color spectrums. So as we connect with the highest self of each individual, beloved God, we just ask to illuminate that rainbow, iridescent, crystalline, diamond sun transmission and plasmatic field, and any color spectrum and the living consciousness of these organic rays that are most supportive for any level of healing, physically, mentally, emotionally, astrally, on any level, through any time, space, density, dimension, reality, and location where our beloved family resides throughout creation. We just bring the support, and if needed, we fully clear and release any aspect of artificial ray spectrums or distorted ray frequencies that allow this living consciousness to fill and alchemize within you, within our group field, that of which is highest and most supportive now and always. Shinati kiraki maku. Nikinau yao ahayo.
this space and just gifting ourselves 3 deep breaths. And with these breaths, just feeling these codes, these frequencies, integrating and braiding and weaving together from within our hearts, breathing in.
Beloveds, in this space, beloved God, beloved family, we request now for any form of structural genetic consciousness or in quantum level corrections that are required to bring each of us into full alignment and 100% resonance with the organic frequency transmissions that are coming forth to support our highest state of embodiment and the unlocking and embodiment of our full highest potential. We lovingly request for the beloved fail-safe architecture and the appropriate shielding and frequency modulation architecture to be brought forth for each individual, whatever is highest and best for them at this time, to allow for all levels of filtration and modulation of the frequency transductions so that this can be received and embodied in a graceful manner that allows us to fully celebrate in this grand collective transition and transformational period. We ask for anything that's required for the mental bodies and mental mind, and for the trinity coherence of the mind, heart, and gut intelligence systems to be brought into a tri-unified field of eternal love and eternal life. As we lovingly request for all light fibers and channels, all biocircuitry, to be fully open, cleared through, connected, and resonant 100% with the living eternal light code, eternal life field, and unity logos and unity codex. Siakundai sundaramokai, Tanati shalaki nora. Roshanamona ina yungoma kundeaki roshaki makiatonai. Niaka no mahia sunura jaramara undarame andaramana e aunde. Sundaya sunare ashuno kamai kinayote. Roshanamaku yakundai tatayoso. So as these codes are streaming through, that of which is spoken, but that of which is happening within you right now, it's being illuminated certain limiting programs, belief patterns, thought forms that are being held within your solar plexus, and this energy of your divine will and this solar emanation is also connecting to and connecting into certain limiting belief patterns, pain, or trauma that are held within the womb space. Simultaneously, there are belief patterns through the mental bodies. Remembering our gut, our womb, it has its own intelligence. But there's a level of we'll just say there's some interference within the mental bodies through our own self-limiting belief patterns. And some of these we've picked up from family. Others we've picked up from relationships and relationships of all kinds. Partnerships, business relationships, co-workers. And there are some of these that are not even yours. These come from different media outlets, TV, news, different music, as well as frequency broadcasts, different psychotronic warfare and weaponry. So as we are just clearing the field from any artificial intelligent frequency broadcasts and fully shielding the body systems from any form of scalar or psychotronic weaponry and mind control, Beloveds, as you are joining us here and now, if you feel called to fully release these programs within the solar plexus, the womb, and the mental body, and to receive that of which is in the highest level of support for you at this time, just connect into your heart, smiling in your heart with so much love. Just say yes to yourself, your highest self, and God. Welcoming all level of support that is being brought forth that is perfect for you right here now and for all aspects of yourself for creation. Whatever unique support is needed is being brought forth to you at this time. As you continue to breathe, allowing your heart intelligence and frequency emanation to support you as we continue to bring in these sequences. Giving permission for our hearts to open and expand even more.
I'm just feeling a lot of discomfort coming up from the lower part of the body and the belly. So just really inviting you to breathe and connect into your heart space and feel this like a waterfall of energy. This is pure unconditional love that is coming through and just bringing relief to the lower parts of the body, through the solar plexus. Just feeling that density and that tension, just lifting, dissolving, allowing it to unravel, and just letting it all go. And with each breath that you give yourself, feel that breath really create that spaciousness and relaxing your body. With each breath, feel your being, your presence deepen. And feel that density, that tension, that discomfort now just lifting and releasing. And anywhere else that there may be blockages, through your flows of energy, through any other areas of your body, of your life, we just bring that cascading waterfall of energy and unconditional love into those places now to support in releasing those blockages, releasing and unraveling, allowing for those areas, for those channels to flow again like a flowing body of water that's now being purified and brought back into its alignment, its flow. It's flowing now fully with ease.
Beloved, there are three crystals. As this process is occurring, there are three specific crystals that have come in at this time. One is an iridescent, and you can visualize this. You might already be seeing it. You might already be working with this as they've been coming in the last few minutes. But there's one iridescent, like diamond, crystal clear, faceted crystal. You can visualize it any way you want. That is being held and brought forth to amplify and support that emergence of your infinite, eternal God self, your highest state of joy. And as you're holding this diamond-like crystal, there's another crystal that you may begin to visualize now and feel the energy that is like a dark black crystal. It's almost like a tourmaline or an obsidian. It's got similar properties as like a tourmaline obsidian shungite of sorts, but it functions as this almost black diamond. And this crystal is coming in now, and you can visualize holding these crystals in each one of your hands. Whatever one is that you see them in is the one that's going to be most supportive for that side of your masculine or feminine channel as they're working together in unison. But this black crystal, this black diamond crystal, is working to help you modulate and help kind of draw out and pull out any of this discomfort, any of the density, any of the trauma, the negative patterns, the egoic behaviors, any miasma, any debris, anything that is not serving you for your highest form of vitality and expression. And just from holding this crystal within your personal diamond pillar and field, and within this group field, you are allowing yourself to release that of which no longer serves, while equally balancing and supporting to strengthen the illumination of your authentic I am presence, your authentic God self in form, to help you with your soul, your monad, your avatar, wherever you may be. And this third crystal, which is a trinitizing force, is an iridescent rainbow and white golden diamond crystal. We're going to call this a Krysthala, a Krystic diamond crystal, a Krysthala crystal that is connected to the Trinity God force. And beloveds, we're just going to bring this down through to be fully anchored at your base shield level right below your feet. So as you're holding these two crystals in your hands, you've got the one underneath that's also creating a upside down tetrahedron that represents the water and feminine emanation. So this is bringing in support from the Divine Mother as well in this emergence, as well as bringing in the crystal waters that are supporting you with your healing. And as you see these three crystals, or some of you may feel some of these crystals, and some of you might even hear the sound and the energy and the vibration of these crystals. But as you're working with these are sacred gifts for you to hold, for you to keep with you. You can release them at any time that you need, but these are three crystals of support that are going to help you stand in your power, that are going to help you modulate, transmute, and transfigure that of which no longer serves into that of which is for your highest and greatest good, that of which is most supportive for you. And these crystals are going to be with you to help you align and receive. That of which is already here in the field, that of which has already been building up, and that of which is going to be catalyzed throughout the grids tomorrow. And this sacred crystal If you join us tomorrow in our group, we will go forth and we can transmute these energies that no longer serve on a mass collective level and use the collective field to amplify our authentic soul presence, to strengthen the field within the group coherency. And even if you're not joining us or you're joining us another time, you can take this crystal, especially this diamond iridescent crystal. When you feel you're complete with the black diamond, just release it back to God. And we ask, beloved God, working with the highest self of each individual, to be ready to help facilitate and guide this process. That the moment this crystal is ready to be released, we simply speak, I give this crystal to you, God, and I accept my full divine power within. I give this crystal to you, beloved God, and I accept my full power within. I give this crystal to you, beloved God. I accept, I embrace this full power of myself within. This simple code will release this black diamond and this sacred white diamond that is helping you with this unification and stabilization of these frequencies. You can carry this as a sacred jewel to support you through these coming months as these energies pick up. And all you have to do is just remember that this crystal has been given to you from your highest self and from God to support you. And the living intelligence of this crystal can be there as a guide, as a mentor, as a support. But it is only mirroring and holding that of which you authentically are that allows you to see yourself in your full power. And you maybe begin to remember that because this crystal is you, that as you accept yourself in love, as you are vulnerable, transparent, open, and accepting of yourself, this crystal naturally integrates into your diamond pillar, into your being to support you. And the third crystal will remain there in your base shield and base field to support you with continued alignment and calibration to the Krystic frequencies that are coming into this system, to help you with your healing, to help you with your alignment, to stand strong, to stand true, to stand courageous and brave, compassionate and loving, forgiving and humble, as you remember who you are and reclaim that divine power within. Beloved God, our beloved family, we ask you to continue to support each individual in all places across this planet as we amplify and further embody the true potency of this sacred living light grid that is part of who we are and our rising family across the globe. May all support be given to hold the unified field so that all the different ceremonies, activations, grid work, just parties and celebrations that are in full alignment of the sacred law of love and the sacred law of unified one may be alchemized and synthesized to be amplified and radiated through all time, space, density, dimension, reality, and locations to support us through this shift, to support us in seeing ourselves and seeing each other for all that we are, and support us in releasing the programs, the pain, the wounding, the divisions, the storylines, so that we can embrace the authenticity of who we are as man, as woman, as creations of the Creator and the Creator itself. We ask for all codes, all sequences, everything that has been brought forth to be fully activated through all quantum levels, through all time, space, density, dimension, reality, and locations. As we seal this through all of the morphogenetic fields, instruction sets, Templar spheres, and locations, as we fully activate this within the genetic codex through all body systems, chakras, and spheres. Beloved God, only that of which is fully aligned 100% to the sacred law of love, sacred law of unified one, and is for the highest and best, is to be received by each individual present, and that of which is meant to be held within the body field for their highest level of support and growth. May these codes and sequences come online in an integrated and embodied and grounded manner in divine perfect timing for the unique ascension journey of each and every one of our beloved family that are present here and now.
May we feel this love. May we feel the gratitude. May we feel this unified frequency of our hearts. To remember that we are not alone and that we are doing this together as one.
Beloveds, let us gift ourselves 3 more breaths to simply integrate and give gratitude for this sacred gift that we have received here and now.
Breathing in.
Taking an even deeper, slower breath. And with this 3rd and final breath, may we embrace our bodies and our group field with a big smile on our face and within our heart. Beloved God, may we fully seal this sacred field to be unlocking and radiating our highest form of expression through the 7 tones of creation, unified by the 8th tone of the heart. We ignite this through all layers and components of our being, of our union, of our councils, and of all family lines and lineages that we are here to represent.
For these tones, if this is your first time, we invite you to sing these with us. And we'll go slow so we can all do this together.
And these are the harmonics for each individual letter that makes up crystal. And each one of these are also connected to very specific hierogamic God world domains and are a part of the reunification of the sacred unions and the sacred twinning that is happening, not just here at this level, but through a personal, planetary, galactic, universal, and cosmic level. It's part of the alchemy of the Aeons. And together, as we sing these tones, as we amplify our heart song, we bring all into a state of crystallization and coherency within the unified field of oneness. And we share this gift, these medicines, these codes, these songs to all of our family that are ready to receive for the highest good of all that they are and all that we are as a collective family.
So from our hearts, breathing in this deep inhaling breath, we're going to start singing these tones. Breathing in. Raia sa ta la.
2 more times to crystallize the Trinity.
Breathing in.
Raia sa ta la. 3rd time with with a big smile on our face as we amplify this within ourselves and to all. Raia ta lam. Anchored, lock, and seal through all time and space. Anchor, lock, and seal through all stations of identity. For the highest good of all family and for the highest good of all of God's creations. So it be, and forever shall it be.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you from the deepest levels
Thank
of our
you
heart.
for
and
all
that
who
we
have been
are.
here with us. We love you so much, and we love you all. Thank you. Many blessings to each of you for all of our journeys. May we continue this sacred journey with ease and grace. May we continue to listen, to be present, and to follow our hearts.
It is such an honor to be able to connect with you and to share an update and to be able to share this sacred activation with you. And please, if your heart feels called, join us. Come celebrate with us tomorrow, 2:22 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We are very excited to reunite with you, family. So, with that, have a beautiful evening, day, afternoon, whatever it may be. We send you many blessings and so much love to all that you are as a sacred being, as a sacred mirror of all that we are, as a sacred brother and sister. Thank you, and we love you so much. Sending infinite hugs, loves, and alohas. See you mañana. Aloha.